So I'm laughing because I saw the next word and I need to explain the meaning behind it. The next word that I got donated was sex life, and I really didn't know what to write for that. So that was really awkward. I left this donation for a while because I didn't know what to write. Then I thought, wait, I don't need to write about sex life. I just need to incorporate the word in it at some point. So what I did, I used characters from a novel I'm writing about modern witches and Wiccans, and I used the couple in it as inspiration. And this is where they first meet. Yeah, so this is sex life, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay. I looked at her with trepidation, as if I was scared she would disappear or that this would be the last time I would see her. Her coppery hair was tied sporadically into a bun from which her curls were trying to escape, and her wide, honest smile made the freckles on her face dance. Her eyes were a luxurious hazel brown like the latte she was serving to the customer in front of me. "Thank you," she said, smiling. "Next?" It was my turn. I had never been so afraid to order a coffee before, but as I stood at the counter in front of this beauty, I was wholly and utterly petrified, like I had been turned to stone by a gorgeous Medusa. Hi," I mumbled. "Hi again. Feels like you're in here every day now," she said with a chuckle. "What can I get you?" For a moment I was stunned speechless by the fact that she actually recognises me, and it took me a few seconds to remember our drink orders again. A medium caramel macchiato with whipped cream, please. A large cappuccino with an extra shot of espresso, and I lost my words and I could no longer remember what I wanted. A chai tea latte. Wait, no. Make that a matcha green latte, please. Sorry. She didn't even flinch. She wasn't annoyed or frustrated with how long it took, or that I changed my mind. She simply tucked a loose curl behind her heavily pierced ear and smiled. "No problem. Coming right up," she said, pressing several buttons. As she looked away, I couldn't help but stare just a little as I admired her. I must have looked very creepy and very funny to my sisters, who were waiting not so patiently at a nearby table. "That'll be £9.85, and do you have a loyalty card?" I shook my head as I fumbled for my card in my bag. I sighed when I found it and hit the contactless button. "What's your name?" she asked, with a voice as smooth as honey. "Jack," I replied with a voice as hoarse as a Dartmoor pony. "Great name," she said, nodding. "Thanks," I said nervously. "Mine's Izzy." "That's an amazing name." And as soon as I said it, I immediately wished I could take it back and sound a lot more normal and a lot less obsessed with her. I mentally slapped my forehead several times while waiting for her to reply. "Thank you. You're sweet." She smiled again, but this time it felt like she smiled at me as more than just a customer. "Your drinks will be at the end." "Okay, thanks," I said before moving along. I saw her begin to interact with the next customer, and I swear that her smile was much smaller now. When I heard my name being called, I picked up the tray of coffees and walked over to the table. I took one last glance at Izzy before sitting down to join my sisters in their chat. "So, who's she?" Mal asked, grinning madly. "What?" I said, feigning ignorance. "The barista. I practically saw Cupid come down and strike you both with arrows the way you two were smiling at each other. Right, Ro?" said Mal. She looked to my other sister for backup, but she was already neck-deep in drinking her coffee. "Sorry, what?" "Her and the barista, they totally vibed, right?" Rowena took a gulp of her coffee and nodded. "Totally." Delicious." "You're crazy," I said, and instead stared at my tea. "So, how was work and, life in general?" "No, rather talk about your sex life right now," she grinned cheekily. "Seriously, why didn't you ask her out?" "Oh, yeah, right, how am I supposed to do that?" "With words would be ideal," said Ro, rejoining the land of the living rather than the land of the coffee. "Funny," I said sarcastically. "Look, jokes aside, she clearly likes you. Why not take the chance?" Mal asked earnestly. "Because I've never—" I said, trailing off. "I know," Mal said, patting my knee. Hey, if you're worried about telling her, just don't think about it for now, Rose said, smiling sweetly and pushing her glasses back up her nose. Don't focus on the future, focus on the present. Easy for you to say, you're in control of your powers and emotions. Meanwhile, mine are flying all over the place, I replied sulkily. You're in control, Jack. You've made so much progress already, explained Ro emphatically. Yeah, you've earned this, added Mal. Really? Really, they both replied in unison. Okay, I'll do it, I said, about to stand when a miracle happens. Izzy walks over to our table. Her coat covers her uniform and she has donned a beanie and a scarf ready to brace the chilly weather outside the coffee shop. Hi, she said. I just finished my shift, but I wanted to give you this. She handed me a ripped piece of paper with scrawled numbers on it. It's my phone number, and if you're interested, maybe we could get some coffee or go watch a film or something. I was dumbfounded and rendered completely speechless. Fortunately for me, I had my sisters there ready to step in immediately. She'd love to. She'll be there. Izzy smiled at them, then turned her eyes back to me, hoping that I would agree as well. I was hoping that too, if my voice would let me. Sounds great, I finally said. Awesome. Text me when you're free then. She smiled and then threw her scarf over her shoulder. Nice meeting you properly. Bye. Bye, I said, waving and watching her leave. I turned to my sisters and we all squealed with excitement, not at all caring that our drinks were getting cold. Aww. I love those sisters, they mean a lot to me. And I hope I can finish that book at some point. I've just got so much uni work to do that my personal writing has been pushed aside for now. That, and I left my notebook of all my notes in Aberystwyth with a lot of my other stuff.